Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Very common problem for me this is, and probably for lots of you as well. After washing my car, and I've kind of been buggering around washing it, filming some other stuff today, which is always a bit of a pain. But a very common problem for me is that even if I'm reasonably careful, after I've washed it, if I come in really close, can you just see, even with this potato, let me just spin the mic around, even with this potato camera, you can probably see things like that. And along here, I'm not sure if you can see them, little water spots all over the car, and some soap stains here even after drying. Very hot day today, and car was in the shade virtually most of it, but unfortunately just on hot days when you have to wash your car, this is kind of like a reality that is very difficult to show with this potato, but you get the idea. Kind of, you see all these little water spots. Now, the problem is with these water spots is if you leave them on there, they can be a bit of a pain to remove. And if you don't have the right light, you might not always see them if your car's in the shade and something like that. The bad news is when you finish kind of washing your car, most of the times these will happen at some stage where the car is being washed and you're working your way around the car and that soap and water is just dried a little bit and the footprint of it comes on, and then you go and dry your car, go over it with a towel, doing whatever you do. You might even grab a detail spray, you know, whatever one is your favourite. But the problem is the detail sprays, they'll just sit over the water spots. They won't kind of remove them. And then you sort of think, well, maybe I should, if I'm left with this, I could hit the car with something like abrasive, like you know, super resin polish, which is still a great little hand polish that will tidy up the car, or the Adams hand polish, or it's even just having a look at this Adams ceramic kind of wax and just been playing around with them. But you cannot, or it's not effective to try and scrub off these footprints of water spots. In fact, a lot of times you'll be scrubbing really hard, and you'll think you've got rid of them, but you actually haven't. And that's why I'm always banging on about Koch Chemie FSE. And it's such a simple product, guys. You have a dry cloth, you have a wet cloth, and I'm going to show you how I use it. I don't even care what the instructions are and stuff like that. This one particular wet cloth, because this works, trust me, this is the best way to use this stuff. I know this product. Now, when there's water spots in your car, this benefits from a little bit of dwell time. So if I just, I'm worried about overspray as well when I do that. That's one thing that's going on in my head. But if I just spray this product, looks like quite a lot of product, guys, and it is quite a lot of product, but I want this chemical to soak on my car and sit there on these water spots. Now, if I rub over here with the wet cloth, I've still got a layer of product that you're going to struggle to see there. So that's good. I want to keep this liquid sitting on the water spot so I can just spread this particular product over a section. Now, this whole panel here is now wet with kind of Koch Chemie FSE. Now, if you buff this product immediately, especially when you use quite a lot of it, one, you're going to ruin it needs to sit on the water spots to sort of break them down. And two, when you're trying to buff it wet, it will be a bit smeary to kind of use, especially when you're outside. So I'm working inside with cool panels, I'm putting it here, and then what happens is the product actually dries. And you think, John, you don't really want to let this product dry. You don't want to let it dry for hours, but basically it's got to the stage now where I know when I go and buff it, the water spot is going to be gone, and this is going to be a piece of cake to buff. And I'll show you. Just watch. You can see this. There's a section of it, yeah? Just one little swipe with a microfiber, it buffs perfectly, and all those little embedded water spots that were all down on the edge, I'm telling you guys, they are gone, okay? And it's just no effort, and now you just work your way down and gently kind of, I'm putting no pressure. The product's almost just like a light haze, and you just buff over the paintwork like this. No pressure. And the product lifts off, there is no streaking or anything like that, and it leaves a nice layer of gloss on the car because it's a bit like a detail spray. And if I bring you in all those little water spots and stuff, the product was sitting here long enough. They're gone, okay? They are gone, trust me, guys. I don't care about trying to pull the wool over your eyes. They're gone. I've used this product millions of times, and that's what I had over here before I've treated it, and that's what I get after it. Now, just to kind of demo the point, actually I'm not going to bother demoing it, but what I could do is I could get a detail spray, spray it on there and do exactly the same thing, and as I wipe over it with a second cloth, I can see the footprint sometimes of the water spot underneath. Sometimes if it's very soon after the wash, a detail spray can be enough to get some of these away. Just a buff can be enough to get some of them away, but when they've had a chance to dry on there, a lot of times you will see when you wipe over them the footprint's still there. This product just eats them up. It's so effective. It's not the strongest water spot remover in the world, so if you've got really stubborn ones, there might be, you know, and you've got it all over your car, you've got some sort of major problem, you might want a dedicated water spot remover. Although the key with this product, Koch Chemie FSE, is to just let it sit there for a while on a cool panel, in my opinion, where you've covered it and it's wet, and just let it sit, and then as it starts to dry, it buffs beautifully. Like I say, if you try to buff it wet, it can be a bit smeary. That's how I use it, guys, and the results always for me with this product are fantastic. And as you can see, I've got a little bit of mess on my car now, so I'm just going to set the camera down and you can see me do this in kind of real time, how I'm clearing up my panel. So I hope this video is really useful. It's a very common problem this time of year, and I do also use this on glass. I'm not sure if you're supposed to or what, but I use it on glass to clear out water spots on them as well. I have no problems. So down with the camera and you can see exactly what I'm doing. Wet cloth, dry cloth. Can you see me there? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Actually, let's put it over here. Put it there. There you go. That's a good view, isn't it? Look at that. Wicked. Okay. Wet cloth, dry cloth. One panel at a time. I always like to refold my cloths. And I'm just going to wipe it with the wet cloth, so I've got that nice wet layer of product sitting on there, munching into those water spots if they're there. You can work a bit faster if you want to, me guys. I'm just waiting to see this dry a little bit, and as it dries, then it's ready to buff. If I buff it wet, I'm going to pick up wet product and then this will start smearing around. There it goes, it's starting to dry. That's the perfect point. I should have put a little bit more product up here, sorry. Let's just use the wet cloth. There we go. I'm going to bring you in so you can see all this. It's just so good, this product. It's just so good. Just love this stuff. So guys, I promise you, no jiggery pokery. This panel is now water spot free, and you can see this one isn't. So I'm just going to carry on working my way around the car, and I'll carry on filming so you can see exactly what I'm doing. I don't know if that's a good shot. You know, if you don't want to spray out on the glass, then you could just put some on your wet cloth here. You just want to hit the panel. I can go across this top section, it's all wet again, and go over here, wet it down. Spritz a bit more on. Dry cloth. You can see the water spots. Can you see them there underneath? Watch. Gone. Gone. Just. It is so effective, this product. Love it. And it's cheap as well. It's a really good product. So I'm going to continue. So now I now have water spot free bonnet, wing, door here, and I'll just continue to work my way around the car. It's not so bad on this side of the car, guys. The sort of light front of the car was sticking out in the sun, the back was kind of shaded, but going around and doing this on the entire car will just make sure that all the water spots are gone. This is a product you need to have. It's just awesome. Koch Chemie FSE, use it the way I said. If you're sort of spraying it on and trying to buff it immediately, just in my opinion, you're just going to make a bit of a mess. You do need to have two cloths, like I've said a few times. The wet cloth for getting the product, spreading it over that panel, and it's the sitting of the wet product on those minerals and the acids in the product. It's the acids that are breaking them down. Just needs a second to just start to dry, and then when you buff it, I promise you, you will not have any streaking problems. In fact, awesome to use that way. And your car also is going to look all glossy and nice. One question I get asked a lot is, John, does this kill protection? You know, does it kill protection? It must attack it, guys. It has to attack it because it's an acid. It has to, but it's the best way to get these water spots off the car. You cannot polish them off with, you try and scrub them off with those hand polishes and stuff. It's not effective. You just sort of buffing them and they go cloudy under the polish. And you let the polish kind of, you work the polish, let it dry, buff it back, and then you still see them there. It doesn't work. You have to use an acid really, or a suitable water spot remover, and this is a nice mild one, and you know all about it, guys, but I thought this time of year it would be worth doing a video on. And I am going to go round. Look, I've even got on my glass here, don't know if you can see these little water spots. I'm just going to tidy up my entire car, and it's going to look awesome when I've finished. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon on the Forensics Detailing channel. If you know of any other little quick water spot products like this, let me know in the comments. I'm always looking. You know, I'm happy. There's no reason for me to move on to another product because this does what I need. It would have to be cheaper, first of all. So a litre of this for a tenner is a very good price. But just let me know if you've got another product which you can use like a detail spray. It will also gloss up the panels. That's like Koch Chemie FSE. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Bye for now.